Check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. How do you do? Hello. Welcome back. Maybe welcome back. I don't even know if we're live yet. We should be back. Hello everyone. Did you miss me? It's nice to see ya. We're gonna keep reading, alright? Every day. We're putting out content every day. That's how we grow consistency. Consistency. Oh, hey. Okay, it is 5:13 on November 1st, 2023. It is nice to see you all. Welcome. Take your shoes off. Please stay a while. I am your host, Keyth. Knowledge, information, and entertainment. You guys know how it goes. Let me go ahead and pin this message. Nice to see you. Is anyone new? Has anyone heard our kolbrins yet? Or is it the squad? Do we have the squad in here? Hello, squadron. Mount up. Mount up. Doom, boom, boom, boom. My green grass. What does that even mean? Oh, wait, are you guys getting an obnoxiously high amount of... Well, never mind. Hi. What's up? Come on in. Take your shoes off. Stay a while. We're going to start the Kolbrin Bible. I guess we'll give a minute for people to come in. Please get get yourself some water. Maybe a pint. Maybe a glass. Maybe some tea. It's nice to see everybody. I'm loving all these new Lord of the Rings memes where homeboy's just dancing and they have him like in the Shire at a bar and he's just... When the mead floweth freely and thine crush is dancing bare-ankled, so ye do a brief jig that she might notice thee. I love it. I love it. Hello, Len. 69. Thanks for introducing me to the Kolbrin, man. I found your audiobooks last week and have been going down some insane rabbit holes. I love it. I do. I do. And Jean, oh man, thank you. I appreciate it. It was actually, I have a new system down. I'll be doing this live reading. Thank you for reminding me, Gene, because I almost forgot. And then whenever I find a heater that's super relevant to something that's going on, I'm going to take a break from the reading and I'll record an actual video. And while I'm still talking to you guys on my phone here, shoot it, edit it, doctor up my face a little bit, doctor up my wrinkles a little bit maybe. And run it. That way we have two birds, one stone. What a doo-doo. Hello. So you can thank the Kolbrin Bible for that one, Gene. You can thank the Kolbrin Bible for that one. So before we get going, let me just say thank you guys also. I just got my update this week, and the channel's doing great. We had 55 shares in 7 days, which is up substantially. Awesome. Much appreciated. Thank you guys for sharing the content. Thank you for liking the content. Thank you for commenting on the content. I should have my Patreon pulled up before I do this, but thank you, Patreon subscribers. Thank you, channel members, for supporting. Thank you, guys. Thank you from the depths. From the depths of my soul, I thank thee. And three score and 9, welcome. Welcome. That's where we're at. Maybe a little bit of this. Oh, we haven't, it's probably my fault. I haven't kept in touch too much with the our agent. He hasn't been here in forever. Makes me sad. What the heck? What's going on? I can't see the chat box anymore. Is the audio coming through, you guys? Audio good, music good, everything's crispy. If that's the case, we can go ahead and give her a run. Newest backing tracks for audiobooks. I'm going to try something real quick. Export song. Please tell me that you have the compressor turned on. Compressor is not turned on. It is now. Thank you kindly. Exciter. I guess we can have the exciter. We'll go ahead and hit all that. Now we're going to export. I want to throw up a I was working on a cool new backing track for the audiobooks, which means if we play our cards correct, we can have this at our disposal. So I'm going to bounce it to my computer, and then we'll be ready to go. That way, another 60 seconds. You guys can get some water if you need it. Use the restroom. Roll yourself a J. I have a bunch of harvested homegrown oregano. Wink, wink. So if everyone wants that oregano plug, some homegrown man of letters, we are live and direct. I don't know if you're familiar with the concept of the wise man or whatever, finding their voice as part of their spiritual growth, but I think you have inspired me to try doing some audiobooks. Oh, run it. Run it, 3 score. Run it. Let me know if you need any tips. This microphone I'm using here is fantastic. It's both USB, and it's USB and we'll hook it up with a 1/4 inch into a mixer if you want to get that gangster with it, and it works phenomenal. So this is it's a good one if you want some quality, but you're not trying to break the bank. But I'm glad you found your voice, or at least I'm glad you're finding your voice. I'm glad the voice is continually being unveiled to you. I feel like I find my voice, and then I feel like I find it even more, and then I feel like I find it even more, and then I find it even more, and it's just like, whoa. Yeah. Also, as we go through this audiobook, feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Oh, you still bouncing right now? What's going on? Feel free to talk amongst yourselves, because the more you guys chat, and the chat counts towards algorithm, basically, is what I'm getting at. So feel free to have dialogue amongst yourselves while I'm reading, if you feel called to. By no means do you have to do anything. I'm almost done on my end. Come on in, everyone. If you're just coming in, my name's Keith. Introduce yourselves. Tell us where you're from. Tell us what brought you here. Maybe something that inspires you. What you hope to accomplish from this class. I feel like it's an ayahuasca ceremony or something like that. What do you hope to manifest at the end of this? What do you hope to manifest? You guys ever been to ayahuasca ceremonies? I'm kind of hating right now, but I feel like every time you go, they go in the circle and you tell your name, and then why you're here, and what superpower you hope to accomplish. And it's always just the most basic stuff. Like, I never hear someone say, I want to blast off and have a conversation with the Martians on the pyramids on Mars. No one ever says something cool like that. It's always just very vanilla responses. I'm kind of hating. But all right, that's flutes. Where is my newest advanced second audio? So I need monitor and output. And then we can go ahead and lower this a little bit. And that should be good. My music flute, so we'll go ahead and get rid of this. You're not going to let me delete that? All right, noted. Okay, you guys ready? Yeah, dude, we have plenty of, you guys can't see it. It's all behind you. So you guys are actually underneath all the hanging oregano over here. And it is organic. We make our own fertilizers here in-house. But I went to a local fish shop and got 15 gallons of fish scraps in buckets, fermented them with my own homemade lactic acid bacteria mix. They've been in an airlock for 4 months now, just bubbling away. We've been fertilized with the homemade sea kelp. We've been killing it. So they're all small batch oregano, man of letter style. Get at me if thou'st feel so called. And Gene, the in-between state, I know, I literally have my phone right next to me as we speak, so trust me, we are slowly pulling ourselves out of that in-between state, or at least learning how to navigate it, right? What I wanted to say in that video was, the in-between state is, people find themselves there unconsciously, which is awful because then you can sort of get stuck there. But you can navigate the in-between state consciously, just as like someone would lucid dream. Otherwise, so I guess it's learning how to navigate the in-between state, right? Because there's gonna be one for consciousness, unconsciousness. There's always a gap. There's always a bridge that need to be spanned. Hello, Alex. I appreciate you too. Thank you kindly. Just relaxing. Was still up and thought I'll jump in. Nice. It's only 5:30 over here. Where you at, Len? 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. Unless you go to sleep early on the East Coast, or you're up real late in Europe. I got rid of all social media except this. A few channels I had to come back to when I know everything else well. Yeah, I agree. I think YouTube brings me the least anxiety of all the social medias, for sure. Same. I would want to talk to the most distant ancestors that would understand me, or see Earth as it was a super duper long time ago. That's a good one. Yo, Alex, I haven't had social media for years, and you made the right move, bro. It adds nothing to your life. I know. I know, we did wonder. We had like 15 pumpkins from our garden. They're sugar. They're smaller sugar pumpkins, but still 15 sugar pumpkins this year. If the world ends in the next couple weeks, my family and I will be fed at least. We'll have plenty of oregano for seasoning, and we'll have plenty of sugar pumpkins for pies and stews, maybe even a little extra for some pumpkin ale for partying. Shire vibes, when the internet goes out, we're just going to party Shire style with the community like we used to do it in the old days. Low-key looking forward to that. What else we have? We have Jerusalem artichokes. You guys should look into that. We were slapping it with the Jerusalem artichokes planted. We got potatoes in the ground. Oh, it's wonderful. Anywho, let's get cracking into this, kolbrin. Let's get cracking. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're just stepping in, you have found yourself here at the right time because we are starting the Kolbrin Bible. We will get this cracking. We've read the introduction and chapter 1. We will now be reading chapter 2. Chapter 3. The nature of man's soul. So I'm excited for this, and this actually sounds pretty cool. You guys ready? Are you ready for this? Are you hanging at the edge of your seat? Divine Savior. Oh, that makes me happy. Well, not that you're not feeling well, but that we can make you feel better. And that we can make you feel soothed makes me happy. Though I am sad you are not feeling well. So, maybe learning about the nature of man's soul in this next chapter will help enliven the spirit a little bit. Eh? Great. Okay, so here we go. You guys enjoy yourselves over there. Thank you for being here. Slap that like button. And here we... Actually, just kidding. I got to open my recording software. We're almost there. Sorry, you guys. If you hear me snapping, you guys know the deal. I mess up and I have to snap to find my place to edit it after this happens, because we are recording this into our software so that it can be released as a complete project at the end. So you guys are witnessing a sort of behind the scenes, if you will. You're keeping me company while I sit here in my man cave, recording ancient scrolls for the new digital age. We're like modern... Okay, I'm sorry, I keep stalling. But we're like modern day... Not scrolls. Scribes. We're like modern day scribes. We're taking old texts and putting them in the digital realm. Like they used to take old texts and scribe them onto scrolls and papyrus and whatnot, or tablets, and send them all over the world, put them in libraries, and now we're doing the same. We're continuing the tradition. Hey, shout out Thoth. Where am I? Nice. We are a part of history right now, you guys. We really are. Oh, that makes me happy. Okay, for real this time. Jim Bob Hootenanny. First of all, love your name. Second of all, The Dweller on Two Planets has been brought up twice now. The book is in 3 parts, and I think each part is like 10 hours long of audiobook, so it's like a 30-hour audiobook when it's all said and done. Let me finish Kolbrin first, but it seems like I might have to get that one. It seems like we might have to knock out Dweller of Two Planets. Squirrels are good also. I'm not sure what you're getting at with the squirrels. But France and Austria. Nice. Man, I want to visit Europe. See all my European peeps. Anyway, okay, here we go. The nature... Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm your host, Keyth, man of letters, here to bring you knowledge, information, and at the very least, hopefully a bit of entertainment. Thank you for being here. We are reading chapter 3 of the Kolbrin Bible. We are now officially on the second book. We finished the bronze book, so we finished the Egyptian texts of the Kolbrin Bible. Now we are on to the second book of the Kolbrin Bible, which is the Kol book. So the Kolbrin Bible is split in 2, one written by Egyptian priests and the other written by Celtic and or Celtic, however you care to pronounce it, priests. If you go down that rabbit hole, there's actually a lot of correlations between the ancient Phoenicians in the Near East and spreading their wisdom. A lot of words, a lot of dress, a lot of culturalistic things are almost identical to the Celtic priests. Some say they even are the same person, or the same people. Anywho, we are now moving. This book is now the Cole book of the Kolbrin Bible, which is the Celtic book. We finished Egypt. Thank you, Egypt, for all you've done. We are now moving forward through time and space to Ireland. Sorry, this music's kind of cheesy. But we'll, if it's weird, let me know. We're gonna run it for now. Feels quite epic, though. I'm not gonna lie. So here we go, starting chapter 3. Chapter 3. The nature of man's soul. The one God is above all in greatness, but under him, above all else on earth, is the soul of man. It is not isolated from the Godhead above, not from the mortal below, for it is that which spans the gulf between. It is the link between God and man, between immortal and mortal. Nothing exists which is or can be isolated from all else. There is a connection between earth and the region of glory, a link between dust and star. From the highest God down to the mote runs an unbroken and unbreakable chain. Man is apart from all other creatures, in that he has foreknowledge of death and decay. If man be immortal, then it is the burden of his immortality. But if he passes to nothingness, he is cursed above the unknowing beasts, which know not the dread of approaching doom. Has man been placed above the beasts to be confronted with this own nothingness, in his superiority not but the father of terrors? Such cannot be, for the direction of life is ever towards betterment, and it cannot be cast back upon itself. The ass knows not the value of food, though its belly be full. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow are to it alike. The lion knows nothing of the putrefaction which one day will be its lot, nor does the ox live in the knowledge of the slaughterhouse. The power of thought is not given to the flesh, nor can the bones reason. Something unseen animates the inert clay of your being. Something intangible is added to the earthly material of your body. Think not primarily of your material self, nor say, my heart is supreme. For within your body resides the soul, which activates the thinking heart, and is not the resident of the dwelling of greater importance than the materials of its construction. Is not the resident of the dwelling of greater importance than the materials of its construction. Gaze upon a corpse. See, it is empty life, something that was or is no longer there. The soul is missing. Your soul is the lord of body. Suffer not the subjects to rebel nor to assert its sway, for its domination cannot be beneficial. Let the soul not only vitalize but rule and direct the flesh, that wilderness and excesses may be held in leash. The soul delights in sweet smells and knows the perfumes of earth by the performance of the nose. It rejoices in delicacies of the table and tastes them only through the workings of the mouth. Food feeds the flesh, but the flesh finds no pleasure in eating, for it is the soul which experiences the enjoyment of food. The eyes are the sentinels which keep watch for you, the lights that go before your path as braziers before a caravan. Yet they see not of themselves, for they are but the instruments of sight, without a consciousness of their own. It is the soul within. It is the soul within. It is the soul within that represents the messages. Man alone of all creatures is capable of blushing, for he alone of all living things has a soul which can experience a sense of shame. That man has a soul is beyond all doubt. That man has a soul is beyond all doubt. It is the most obvious of all truths. Seek not to delve unduly into its secrets, but to harmonize it with your body, commune with it, and awaken its potentialities. Intellect, reason, willpower, and comprehension, these are not the soul. They are the manifestations of its existence, its attributes, and its activity. But they are not the soul itself. Stimulate the soul by contact with that to which it responds. Know it through its manifestations and understand it through its faculties. It remains immortal and indestructible throughout all ages. Its splendor is displayed in noble deeds and its glory in works of art and craftsmanship. It will survive your bodily disintegration. It was not created by the quickening of the flesh, nor conceived within the womb. Its seed existed before the body and preceded the thinking heart. The great God sows soul seeds into earthly flesh, as man sows barley seeds in the fields of black soil. The soul is yours to fashion. It can be made radiant by goodness, beautified by virtue, and glorified by love. It can be hideously deformed by vices and passions, and twisted into a form of distorted horror by meanness and hatred. It cannot be valued too greatly, nor can it be handled too carefully, for it is your own true self, the reality which is you. It is a virgin stone for you to cut and shape as you will. But remember, the image carved is not easily altered and shall one day be... The image carved is not easily altered and shall one day be displayed to the eyes of eternity in its true likeness. Though on earth, this is now veiled by the flesh. The desire of the soul cannot be held in restraint. Be it at the rim of the earth, the soul will find it. Or if beyond the stars, it will be reached. The soul is... We'll let that dog bark. I feel like they're about to explode right now. I'm liking this chapter a lot so far. Oh, thank you, Michael Knox. I just saw that come in. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. The tips help. $2. Hey, I would say that's a coffee. That's a coffee from the donut shop. Thank you for the coffee from the donut shop. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let this dog stop barking real quick. Sorry. I gotta take a quick break. Oh, looks like we just made a sale. Dang, we sold one of our... Oh, we sold a frankincense tree, everybody. Nice. All right, the dogs are still barking, so I'll go ahead and boast about this. But we just sold a frankincense tree, and the trees... I sell the trees for $230 because they are extremely rare. And extremely prized, and they're very hard to grow. The seeds, I planted 300 seeds and got like 3 to sprout. It's like 0 to 8% germination rate on frankincense trees, at least this specific variety. Boswellia sacra, it's called. Anywho, we just sold one, and I listed it yesterday too, so Chaya! Thank you for that. Wonderful. Oh, it's a repeat buyer too? Who bought the tree? Trisha bought the tree. That's funny. Okay. Great. Okay, looks like we can get back to it. I guess what I'm enduring, not feeling well. Sounds like I'm going to have a message based off the name of the chapter. Went on and hit the like button for the synchronicity. Thank you, sir. Jim Bob Hootenanny. Part 1 and 3 are the most interesting I felt. Phoenician rabbit hole is a deep one. It is. I mean, phonetics, Phoenician, how we speak comes from Phoenicia. Phoenix, all of that, man. Phoenix, Phoenicians. Anyway. Nice. I plan on buying a candle. Will you send that tract to Europe? Yeah, it'll be sent tracking to Europe. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I've sent candles to Europe a bunch of times, and it's usually the shipping's not too crazy when I buy through Etsy. Anywho, let us continue. The desire of the soul cannot be held in restraint. Be it at the rim of the earth, the soul will find it, or if even beyond the stars, it will be reached. The soul is ever questing, as the wilderness wayfarer thirsts after water, so does the soul long for knowledge. The gods of the north and south provide food for the body of man, but it is the God of all ages who provides sustenance for the soul. As the body has its particular foods which nourish it, so has the soul. As the body is impoverished by lack of proper sustenance, so is the soul. Mortal man may, in the course of time, forget his experiences, but within the soul they are retained forever. The soul is a hunter, and the quarry is truth. The weapons of the hunt are reason and experience. The years of the wrongdoer and he who walks in wickedness plant more wrinkles and scars on the face of the soul than the face of the body. The soul is not born, nor does it know itself as a soul. The purpose of its earthly journey is to awaken it to self-awareness and to provide it with the ability to continue existence in the region beyond the West. Therefore, how could it enter upon earthly life with these things? Were they already out there, life and earth would have no purpose. The soul is bodiless within the body, everlasting among things that change and pass away. Man does not perceive his soul, because his senses face outward from the soul towards earthly things, with which it makes contact. So it is that only the most developed of men can close out the material things about them and turn their senses inward to perceive the soul. The soul looks through the eyes and sees all which is without, but nothing of this can look in through the eyes and see the soul, even though the soul's feeling may be reflected there. An eye without a soul behind. I fear I may have picked an active time of day for the dogs. We're at sunset, and I feel like sunset, that in-between state dogs are just like, Mah! So how are you guys doing? Actually, can you hear the dogs? If you can't hear the dogs, that means the audio's not picking them up either. So. All right, they're done. An eye without a soul behind it sees nothing. The earthly and wayward seek only after outward pleasures and the satisfaction of the body. They fall into the snare of disbelief in the soul, and the law decrees that disbelief shall be easy. Wise men, knowing the nature of immortal things, seek not for anything stable here among unstable things. That by which we know the texture of things, by which we taste, smell, and hear, by which we experience the tenderness and suffering of love and perceive the beauty of nature, by which we value the glory of self-sacrifice, by that we also are assured of something immortal within us. For when a man comes to the realization that it is by the soul within him that he knows and experiences all things about him, he has taken the first great step towards conscious immortality. Alright, I need you guys' help. Can you hear the dogs? Because I'm just going to run it. If they're not obnoxious, I'm going to run it. Yeah, we hear the gatekeepers. The hounds at the gates. The dogs sound like background noise. Is it too much is the question. That's what I can't tell. I feel like I might throw some food over the fence because that usually works. It keeps them quiet for at least a half hour at a time. When I throw food over, they're like, oh, thanks. Okay, Alex. Thank you for that. Got it. That's all I needed. Okay. Thank you kindly. Then we will run it. When the body and soul are torn apart, what remains? No man lives by the air he breathes in and the air he breathes out. It is something more, the soul that gives life. As the one fire entering the earth in oneness becomes different here, there, and everywhere, according to the nature of that which is consumed, so the one soul vitalizing the souls of men becomes different according to the nature of its covering. As the one air passes through the pipes and becomes different according to the nature of the pipes, so the one essence in the souls of men becomes different according to the manner of its use. The one water is in all things, yet in all things it is different. So it is with the great soul and the souls of men, the wise man, who, hey, here's your wise man. Talk about synchronicities. We're now talking about the wise man. Who brought up the wise man? Okay. The wise man, who is conscious of his soul within him, will commune with it and never neglect its needs. For if a man cannot awaken his soul before his body falls asunder, he will not awaken it. For if a man cannot awaken his soul before his body falls asunder, he will not awaken it thereafter, and it will return to the waters of the great soul sea. The purpose of earth and earthly life is awakening of the souls of men. Earthly conditions can serve no other end. Rejoice in the sure knowledge of your soul's indestructibility, but let your joy be leavened by remembrance of your responsibility for its condition. Naked does man come from his mother's womb, and naked does he return to the womb of the earth. He brings no possessions with him to earth, and no more can be taken out. Yet he leaves not altogether as he entered, for though his riches and estate, his titles, even his clothes are left behind, if he has lived wisely, he goes out richer in soul wisdom and arrayed in soul beauty. Man arrives at the great portal arrayed in glory or clothed in horror. In the newborn child is the soft seed of the slumbering soul. This will be developed, molded, and fashioned throughout the period of its earthly existence. It will be shaped by man himself to his own inner likeness. Then, when stripped of its outward bodily covering, man will stand revealed to himself and be faced with splendor or horror. I lost my spot. In the likeness to which the soul is fashioned in the body, so shall it come forth in the spirit on its appointed day. Thus it is written in the secret books of wisdom, which are revealed to the few. The body is a womb, life the days of conception, and death the birth of the soul. It is not written that some shall bring forth monsters and fearful things, and some shall... Is it not written that some shall bring forth monsters and fearful things, and some shall bear gods? These things are not beyond understanding. Pontus taught the people that every man is his own mother, and they fed him to the crocodiles. Children cannot be told even half the truth, but must be led by childish tales towards understanding. All right, end of chapter 3. Man, it is hot over here still. It was 81 degrees in Ventura, California today, and bone dry, like a whopping 20% humidity or something like that. Shall we hit the next chapter? Shall we hit the next chapter? Let's see how long it is. If it's short, I'll run it. 2, 3, 4. Okay, we can run the next one. We'll make it quick. We will make it quick. Up faces. Tattooed monkey. Hello, everyone. Welcome. If you're just tuning in, my name is Keith, man of letters, knowledge, information. Hopefully, at least a bit of entertainment. Thank you guys for coming, and thank you for making history with us as we digitally scribe our way into future generations. Hopefully, we can take this from the digital realm and maybe store it on a crystal, like a quartz. Can you guys imagine storing some of this stuff on quartz crystals? Which sounds funny to you guys. It sounds kind of woo-woo, but when you think about it, all of your books and videos and stories that are saved on your phone, what do you think your phones are made out of? Your phones are made of minerals, silica, iron, gold. All the information is stored in minerals, in crystal. So it's actually not a far-fetched thing to say we can actually store stuff on crystals, eh? Not too far out of the realm of the ordinary. I can hear my neighbor's motorcycle firing up, so please bear with me. I don't want to start reading and then just vroom, vroom, vroom. You know, the motorcyclists love to rev that shit on their way out. They're just like, hey, look at me, I've got a cool motorcycle. And they and then they and they take off. I hear Creative Mind. Hello, Creative Mind. It is nice to see you. There goes the motorcycle. Oh, she was chill this time. But I can still hear. She's still there. She's still there. Okay. All right, we're going to run the next chapter. Everyone hit that like button. Please help us out. Love you guys, and let us continue chapter 4. Chapter 4. Chapter 4. Life. Commune with your soul within, and consider how wonderfully you are created. Meditate long upon your nature. Contemplate the powers you possess. Consider your needs and desires. Thus, you will find the proper path through life and a sure guide to direct your footsteps. As the union of heat and tinder produces fire, so does the union of soul and body produce life in man. Nothing is constant in life, except wisdom, knowledge, and skill. Life ebbs and flows as the tide, and the fortunes of men wax and wane as the moon. The rich become poor, the poor rich. The powerful become weak, and the weak become powerful. Where the stream flowed yesteryear is now dust, and the cooling waters have moved elsewhere. The lakes of last season have joined the wilderness, and the dikes have become pits. Fortune smiles upon the improvident, and misfortune smites the worthy. Men are born handsome or ugly, rich or poor. They inherit a life of ease or a life of struggle. Here is wisdom. Accept the nature of things as they are, for as such they accord with the plans of God and are under the law. but accept them not with resignation, as an affliction to be borne, but as a challenge to contest. Man must rise to meet life or be overwhelmed. This too is the law. When the road seems long and the load heavy, remember that the stout-hearted runner carries the greatest burden. There is no constant state of life. All is movement and change. Therefore, it is well to build the structure of your life on a foundation of things which are not easily removed. These are wisdom, skill, knowledge, which one possesses that cannot be taken away, as can hoarded gold and cherished chattels in the ebb and flow of life's fortune. Gold, silver, are uneatable stones, but wisdom is the food of the gods. Skill, knowledge define the difference between the ox with the yoke and the plowman with the whip. Fear not the feelings which stir in the heart, for therein lie the greatest of life's treasures. Taste their honeyed bitterness, and though you are consumed, as you consume, something will remain which is yours forever. Life is matured and mellowed by the treasures which pain the heart, and without them the soul cannot develop. With some life is generous, and with others not. But whether you pass through the stages of life in a lowly or a high condition, your life will be neither wholly happy nor wholly miserable. Whether life is indulgent towards you or austere, whether it metes out reward or chastisement, remember that it's sorry about that. Remember that its dispensations are governed by an infinite wisdom, and the ordinances of the law, though incomprehensible, are just. Therefore, when life churns undue attention upon you, accept it not as a dumb creature, but say, "What have I done that this is my reward?" The dispensations of life and the course of events are such that prosperity will attend a good life and adversity a wicked one. Is this not proved by the normal course of affairs of men? If not so provable, then the moral disease of the people is established. Travel the road of life according to your ability, and your foot will find its appointed place. Take time and consider every action. He who journeys leisurely journeys best, and the runner who hastens not unduly is he who reaches the goal. As the dew to the herb, as the honey to the bee, as the north wind to the raven, and the twilight to the owl, such is life to the spirit of man. Think not with the weakling that nothing is more precious, nor with the hermit that you should reject it. Think not too highly of it, nor consider it worthless. Love it not for itself, or for what you can get out of it, but for what you can do with it. Forget not that life has but one purpose, one end, and one objective, and that is the awakening of the souls of men. All things on earth confirm to that end. Earth without its perplexities and problems, its struggle and strife, its inequalities and injustices, would never develop the soul in a manner meet for its destiny. This is the answer to the riddle of ages. If all were right with the earth, there would be nothing for man to do. As it is, there is sufficient to occupy him throughout his generations. When man himself is perfect, its purpose will be fulfilled, and then earth too will be perfect. Riches cannot buy life, nor can gold purchase back wasted hours. Therefore, employ the future that you have left to your greatest benefit. Lament not that you were born, or desire that your life should depart. Life has a purpose and meaning, even for one as miserable as you, and the law may not be set aside. Whatever your estate, and however lowly the circumstances to which you have fallen, you still have the power for good in your right hand, and the power for evil in your left. Would the fish rise to the bait if it knew the hook were hidden therein? Or would the lion step on the pit if he saw the stakes below? No. Neither would man wish to live with a soul to perish within the body. Neither would a just God have created him, and the true God, if he be anything, is just. Life is yours. That you requested it not is of small consideration, for the choice was not with you. For the choice was not with you. The neighbors are home. For the choice was not with you. Therefore, accept with good grace that which has been allotted to you, deriving from it whatever benefits it may bestow. The benefits are great, and were they readily apparent, life would be accepted with due gratitude and endured, whatever its afflictions. With resigned anticipation, life, if so lived, would be futile and its purpose confounded. Therefore, only by dire efforts can man come to know the everlastingness of his soul. The law decrees that man shall never be assured of his immortality. Life must be lived from the beginning to the end. Run the race easily, for the course is long, and the runner who runs the race best is he who conserves his strength in the early laps. Be not disturbed or overwhelmed when misfortune accompanies your passage along the way. Be not dispirited when the pace is hard or faint before the obstacles. Accept the challenge of adversity with high spirits. For as the flame is to wax and the furnace to copper, so is adversity to the soul. Every sorrowful blow that falls upon the soul is a tempering stroke. The metal that suffers the fires of the furnace longest is the finest in quality. Give prudent thought toward tomorrow's problems, but let them not tax your mind unduly, for problems in the womb of the future may be stillborn. Whoa. That last line with the piano coming in right there was like, woo! I'm going to read that one back for the people in the back. Give prudent thought towards tomorrow's problems, but let them not tax your mind unduly, for problems in the womb of the future may be stillborn. All right, we're going to turn that one into our... We're going to turn that one into our video. Forgive me. So what I'm doing now is I need content to put out on the channel so that we hit our 100K mark. All right. So I'm gonna record a little side piece here, so I can do a little small snippet of what we're doing tonight, and I'm gonna use that last one because that last one was gold. And is this gonna work? Yes. Every sorrowful blow that falls upon the soul is a tempering stroke. The metal that suffers the fires of the furnace longest is the finest in quality. Give prudent thought towards tomorrow's problems, but let them not tax your mind unduly, for problems in the womb of the future may be stillborn. Or maybe not. I'm about to murder that dog next door. Not really. Maybe this is a soul testing moment. Is that what's happening right now? So, hey, the dogs barking next door are a fire tempering your sword. The longer you can go without murdering that dog, the better off your soul will be. I think, is that what's happening right now? I think that's what's happening right now. I'm actually going to play this back for myself and see what the dog sounds like. Okay, hold on. It's not that bad. It's not that bad, especially with music in the background. Isn't that weird? There could be like a crow just crowing in the background this entire time, and I would be totally fine with it. But a dog barking just drives me up the absolute wall. Like I can't. I don't know what it is. Thank you, creative. I appreciate that. We're gonna run this one more time. We're gonna run this one more time. So hit that. Get our jams going. All right. Last time, and then we'll finish the chapter, I promise. Every sorrowful blow that falls upon the soul is a tempering stroke. The metal that suffers the fires of the furnace longest is the finest in quality. Give prudent thought towards tomorrow's problems, but let them not tax your mind unduly, for problems in the womb of the future may be stillborn. Though the pathway of life be uneven, the going is not always rough. Take it as you find it, but beware where the going is smooth, for there evil will set its trap. Danger lurks where least expected. When you journey without possessions, your journey without care. When you journey without possessions, you journey without care. But when you are burdened with many goods, they bring the attention of evil men. He who sleeps uncovered may sleep soundly, but when covered with a mantle, it is well to keep one eye open. Okay, that is enough for now. Outtake. Save. Thank you. We'll get back to this now. Maybe stillborn. We'll go ahead and delete this. And start from there. Next chapter starts after stillborn. Cool. All right, we are set up to continue the chapter. Thank you guys for your patience. Thank you for hanging out with me behind the scenes as we grow our channel to 100,000 subscribers. What up? Everyone slap that like button. And thank you for being here. Thank you for the dialogue. Thank you for hanging out with me and keeping me company. Encara perfecte. What language is that? Musica ai legir. Didi Cowenbly. You really hate them. I do. I do. I mean, we have a love-hate relationship. I pet him every time he sticks his head over the fence. But he also digs up my garden. I've stepped in his poop a number of times half asleep because he jumps and poops in our backyard. And he seems to love to bark whenever we do our audiobooks. So, I'm working on it. Me and the homie next door, we're working through our problems right now. Didi Cowan, your doggies are barking in the background as well? All right, well, we have dual doggy barks. Is that because we can sense electromagnetic stimulation with our skin or something? So if you don't have a blanket while you sleep, you can tell if someone walks in the room and will wake up. Catalan, as in from Spain, or not even Spain. Where's Catalan? Wasn't that a part of Spain at one point? What city do they speak that language in Spain? wasn't Madrid, right? Barcelona? That's really cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, let's keep running this. I'm gonna have to read that last part one more time though, because we didn't get it recorded in this part. Okay, here we go. Though the pathway of life be uneven, the going is not always rough. Take it as you find it. But beware where the going is smooth, for there evil will set its trap. Danger lurks where least expected. When you journey without possessions, you journey without care, but when you are burdened with many goods, they bring the attention of evil men. He who sleeps uncovered may sleep soundly, but when covered with a mantle, it is well to keep one eye open. Know that life is unimportant unless properly lived. A noble death is better than a wasted life. He who exchanges a life of wickedness for a worthy death makes amends, and the scales are adjusted. Accordingly, let your aim be to live as long as you should and not as long as you can. While to others your life is worth more than death, then your duty is to preserve it. While you serve best by living, live. But when by the death the living may be served, and may be served best, then shirk not the burden of manhood. If your life be disposed of to the benefit of others, then let a worthy price be extracted. For the law decrees that no man shall relinquish his life easily. The span of man's life is neither long nor short, but sufficient for its purpose. Whatever benefits a man wishes to attain for his soul may be attained in his lifetime. A lifetime is sufficient to fashion the soul to ultimate glory or to ultimate horror. What end would a longer life serve? To the wicked, an opportunity for more evil. To the selfish, more time to hurt others. And to the miserly, more time to lay up worthless things. The slothful ones would rejoice, for there would be more time for their idleness. But the burden of the industrious would be that much greater. The good may say, Why then should we not live our lives by lengthened and years added unto us? Know they not the goodness of the labor done in their lifetime shall have been sufficient, and no more is required of them here. If they have served well on earth, they are candidates for higher service in the regions of light, for the opportunity for service ceases not at death. To what end would you live longer? To do the things you have not done, nor repeat the things you have already done. What you have been unable to do will be done by others, and does not man experience repetitious pleasures with decreasing enjoyment? Would you increase your knowledge or develop your skill? Who then shall teach you more than is what to be learned on earth, or where on earth can... Alright, we gotta chill. These dogs are getting like fighting next door now. We're almost through this chapter too. We'll use that as a break to have some water. And lower my blood pressure with meditative breathing. Yeah, there are some beautiful passages in here. Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. I'm your host, Keyth Man of Letters. Please introduce yourselves. Let us know how you found us. We are reading from the Kolbrin Bible, which is dropping some pretty hefty gems on us right now, and I'm really loving it. I'm happy you guys found your way here. I'm happy you're hanging out with us. We have someone from friggin' Catalan. We have someone here from Spain. I think they're from Spain. At least they're speaking language from in that area. We've got Austria in the house. We've got France in the house. We've got California in the house. We've got Jesus in the house. We have the neighbors. We have the neighbors' dogs in the house. Yes. As it is an old language, Barcelona and many places. Okay. Well, welcome from Catalan. Lady Mind, welcome. Bienvenidos. Take your shoes off. Stay a while. How do you say take your shoes off, stay a while in Spanish? Or Catalan, I guess. Catalanese? How do you say that? Okay, the dog stopped barking. We're going to run it. Indiana, what's up, Indiana? Indiana, Dr. Jones. Okay, here we go. Would you increase your knowledge or develop your skill? Who then shall teach you more than is to be learned on earth, or where on earth can practice carry you beyond perfection? He who would go further must go to a higher place of instruction. The works done on earth pass away, and the fruits of man's labor are reaped elsewhere. Each man's life should leave its impression on the earth, and each man should depart a better man for having lived. Pine not for lost opportunities, for opportunities do not perish at death. Do your best here, and you will do better elsewhere. Be wise here, and you will be wiser in another place. Earthly success is not the measure of a man's achievement, for a gain here may mean a loss elsewhere. An earthly loss may mean a spiritual gain. The scales always adjust. Shout out law of rhythm. Anyone familiar with alchemy or the Hermetic philosophy? Shout out law of rhythm, law of compensation. When in old age you say, alas, that life is too short, then consider the way you abused and wasted it in your youth. Is not your reward fitting? Remember that the paths to pleasant old age are chosen in youth. They are the paths of simplicity, moderation, cleanliness, and virtue. Consider the ruthlessness of rulers, the greed of the rich, and the willfulness of the powerful. If these dare to enslave the earth and wreak misery upon the people, knowing they can enjoy the fruits of their oppression but a brief span of years, what would they not set out to achieve were their span of life doubled, or were they immortal? Therefore, the great God in his wisdom has ordained the proper span of man's life. If then you think life is short, why dissipate it so, and why waste the precious days? Is it not economy which makes a man rich, and not abundance? The wise man lives fully all his life, and he is always conscious of being alive. The fool is always beginning to live, and the weakling shrinks from it and seeks forgetfulness in comfort. Those who half live are already half dead. Live lustily and manfully, for life is to be enjoyed. It must be savored to the full. Better one day as an eagle than 1 year as a goose. What is life, that man should seek to prolong it? Is it not a continual avoidance of snares, a struggle against delusion, a series of mishaps, and a pursuit of shadows which we retreat from the grasp? It begins with ignorance, continues through strife and worry, and ends in sorrow and pain. It is a day of heat, and death comes as a cool night. Are not the troubles of life piled upon one another as the stones of a pyramid? Are not all our hopes based on possibility, and do not our expectations look forward into improbabilities? Fools fear as men and hope as gods. Bounded by mortal restrictions, they desire the achievements of immortality. But everlasting life is the reward of those who live good earthly lives without the inducement of immortality. Therefore, the prize is never revealed, and life maintains man in a state of doubt and perplexity. Hope he may not have, but never assurance. Hope he may have, but never assurance. Life raises some men up and casts others down. Not always does it bestow good fortune on the worthy or mete out to the unworthy their just deserts. It raises men up to test them and likewise casts them down. The man who discovers a golden treasure is being tested, even as he who is stricken with blindness. Each man is tested according to his weaknesses, not according to his strengths. The reward of the worthy is The reward of the worthy is not here, neither is the punishment of the wicked. Were the just rewards and punishments of men too readily apparent, the course to life Were the just rewards and punishments of men too readily apparent, the course to take in life would be too obvious to serve its great purpose. There must ever be the stimulus of doubt and perplexity. Among men, some are born to rule and some to obey, but not all rulers can rule, Among men, some are born to rule, and some are meant to bark endlessly next door while their neighbors read audiobooks. I think that was our cue to take a break, actually. Noted, I was getting kind of parched and stumbling over words. I think maybe that's what it is. When the dogs bark, they're like, hey, you need to slow down a little bit and feel the words a little more. Embody what's going on. Give the message properly, Keyth. Noted, the guardians at the gate. I was parched, so I shall drink. Also, are you guys enjoying the background piano? Your boy played that. I also play the piano, so whenever you hear piano tracks in our audiobooks, that's me doing my thing. And it's such a vibe. I feel like the piano is really making a vibe right now for us. It has been for the past 15, 20 minutes. You speak 10 languages? But we're here for the old memory of this great book. Tu le sabbat à Totham? Shoes off, everyone. That's funny. Okay, let's finish this. Among men, some are born to rule, some to obey. But not all rulers can rule, or all servants obey. If then you cannot rule, learn to obey. And if you cannot obey, make yourself a better man, that you may be raised up to rule. That's why I had to reread that one. I felt personally attacked there for a second, and then I was like, ew. We'll read that one again. I have to. Among men, some are born to rule, some to obey. But not all rulers can rule, or all servants obey. If then you cannot rule, learn to obey. And if you cannot obey, make yourself a better man, that you may be raised up to rule. Wisdom is nourished from without, but it grows from within. We live not by light of the great sun discovered above, but by the light of the cool sun within. The bitter experiences the sorrows and failures of life are the alternatives to the advice you have failed to heed. Who then has brought them upon your head? Instruction alone cannot give knowledge, nor can books bestow wisdom. The pupil sits at the feet of his master and gains knowledge, and the scribe reads the books of men. But wiser is he who sits under the stars and contemplates the universe, or reads the great book of God about him. The satisfactory life is that which realizes the dreams and ideals of youth and old age, but life itself is the test master of these, and few pass this examination. Life is not of the earth, though it appears thereon. It remains not with the body at death, for it accompanies the soul into the journey beyond the grim portal. Death is but the termination of life. Death is but the termination of life's association with the mortal body. The last drawn breath on earth is a farewell. Life passes from earth through the portal of death into the existence beyond. Therefore, it is said that the life of man is everlastingly indestructible. Life alone exists in both spheres, but life on earth is inconsistent. Life is a dancing girl. Whatever that means. Life is a dancing girl. It ends with that. We'll reread that last line just because the dogs are going and might as well get the last one without a dog barking. Or maybe not. Or maybe not. They're fighting now. I think they're just full-on fighting now. Oh, welcome to the channel, Creative Mind. Welcome. Hold on, we have to add a... We have gold bars. Welcome, welcome. Our Mr. Smith hasn't been with us for quite some time, but we'll throw him in there too. He's got his own emoji. Okay, the dogs aren't barking. Life alone exists in both spheres, but life on earth is inconsistent. Life is a dancing girl. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. You've been so kind. Thank you for coming out. Oh, you're too kind. Oh, you shouldn't. Flowers for me? Oh, you shouldn't have. Thank you. I'll take them, though. I'll take them. Actually, I'll take all the flowers. I'll take those. Thank you so much. You shouldn't, but you shouldn't have. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. I appreciate you. Please get home safe. No flash photography, please. Yes, I would love to sign some autographs. That'll be $25 an autograph, please. And thank you. Please start a line over here and a line over here and a line over here. You guys are too kind. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. All right, that ends chapter 4. Thank you guys for hanging out, and welcome to the channel, Creative Mind. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here and supporting the channel. It is much appreciated. You'll see my face every day. That's the goal. From now until at least spring, you guys will see my face every day. And hopefully we can build something highly substantial by spring. I would love that. I would love to get a nice soundproof place to where we can do audiobooks without distractions. Would be wonderful. It is going to be wonderful. We're getting there soon. Nice. I'm really enjoying this book so far. This is a great one. Sorry it took so long to continue the Kolbrin Bible, y'all. I'm really enjoying this. Really enjoying this. And your guys' company. I'm enjoying your guys' company too. Thank you. Feeling the frequency. I know I felt it too. We were going in for a second there. The frequency was nice, wasn't it? Okay. Well, that's all, you guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to go inside now. I'm going to eat some food. Forgive me. I'm probably just going to be a sloth like the Bible is talking about and watch shows on TV or something. I feel like I've earned it at this point. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Y usted reina, gracias por ti. También, gracias también, reina. I'm sorry. I used to be halfway decent with Spanish. Et français aussi, mais je n'oublie pas mon français. Alex, Dee, Creative Mind, Len, Tidings from California. Len, thank you for staying up into the wee hours of the morning. Jean, if you're still there in France, thank you for hanging out with us to the wee hours of the morning. And everyone else, thank you guys for being here too. I freaking love the company. I really do. You guys make this a real joy to do stuff. Back in the day, they used to just be writing by candlelight all by themselves in a dingy-ass stone room. But now we get to hang out with the homies. We've come a long way. We've come a long way, have we not? Divine Savior as well. 3 score. This bowl goes out to you. Oh, man. And IU. 3 score. I'm going to light one up for you, too, as well, brother, sister. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. Love ya. Good night. Good night. Good night.